Hello, and today I would like to discuss how to place an Oracle database into Archivelog mode. As you may or may not be aware of, Archivelog mode is a mode the database needs to be in order to do hot backups. Archivelog mode also is the mode the database is in order to generate archive logs for point-in-time recovery, based on time, SCN, cancel-based recovery. So you have to have it enabled to do recovery up to the current time. Now, the reason why this is so important additionally is that if you do not have the database in Archivelog mode, your recovery of the database is only good to your last full backup. So you really want to have the database in Archivelog mode so you can roll forward. There are a lot more technical issues that could be discussed about this. However, I'm going to focus this discussion on strictly placing the database into Archivelog mode. As you can see from my screen, I have logged onto this particular system, which is a Sun system, so we're in a Unix environment. And what I want to do is first off check my current environment. So if I go with this command, I see that there is an active bunch of background processes running for an Oracle 11 environment, and I believe that I'm currently in a 10G environment. So let me just check that. Yes, my home is set to the 10G. I want to change that. So I'm going to run the environment script that I set up so that I can get into the 11G environment. You can see right here that my base is set to Oracle 11. My home and my SID are all set to the appropriate environment. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is let's say you walk into an environment and you need to check if that database is in Archivelog mode. So you log on to SQL Plus. And you give this command. This is the standard command. I'll give you another one just so you have an additional one available. Let's look at this. This shows that the database log mode is in no archive log mode. Automatic archival is disabled, so we're not archiving. Archive destination is to this destination. Now this destination was created by default by the DBCA when I did the install. You can change this location. You can set up what's called a parameter within your SP file, which is called use_db_recovery_file_dest. This is where you can set up your flashback files, and that's where your archive log files go to. It's a great parameter to use, but in this particular situation, we have just coded a directory location where the archive logs will be generated once we're in archive log mode. So you want to make sure that you have room for archive logs to be placed there. While the database is in archive log mode, you want to make sure that you do not fill up that mount point, because if you fill up that mount point, you can bring the database to a halt and sometimes bring it down. So this is very important that you keep this location clean, and that you monitor it. So then you also have the numbers of your oldest online sequence number for your online redo logs and your current online sequence number of your online redo logs. And I'm just going to give you another query, as I said earlier in the presentation, to validate the status of your database. So we go select name log_mode from $database. And you can see that the name of the instance is Oracle 11. The log mode is no archive log mode. Alright, so now what we need to do in order to get the database into a archive log mode status, you need to do the following. You need to shut down the database. And I know a lot of you are saying, well, this is my production instance. Well, so be it. If you have a choice of not placing your database in archive log mode and risking non-recoverable situations, you're going to need to schedule an outage and, so that you can bounce this instance. You probably need to bounce the database anyway. It probably hasn't been bounced in a while, but I'd recommend that you create an outage and to get this done, because this will save you, save your job, save your company. It's that important. So we're going to shut down the database. We're going to place the database in mount mode. Then you say alter database Archivelog. So the database has now been altered. Now we're going to reopen it. Validate that it's in Archivelog mode. And now you can see that it's in Archivelog mode and it's enabled. And that is how you place a database into Archivelog mode.